We can see our indication, everything fine. We can close our mixer and navigate to our system settings. Here is not too much stuff in it, and it's really good. It's not overwhelming. Let's give a brief overview. What does it do? Playback in the background. That means if you minimize or exit your Loopy Pro by swiping up on a screen, so you're getting back to a home screen, it will stay in the background and will work, play, listen, and do everything you need. And if playback in the background is not turned on, your audio will cut off, and that's it. So I would advise you to keep playing background turned on. Then we have orientation lock. That means, for example, if you created your layout, your template, your main screen and how your widgets is staying will not move corresponding to rotation. I'm not really sure how will be rotate the screen during the performance, because I don't see a reason to do that. But you have this option, so I will demonstrate you how it works. I will just disconnect my interface because I need to rotate it. And you'll hear the camera audio. So I will create random stuff here. Let's say like that. And I will go to System Settings and disable Orientation Lock. So right now I'm rotating my screen. And as you can see, this is staying on the left top corner and this staying on the left bottom corner. But if I will go to System Settings again and turn on Orientation Lock, rotate, now you see the difference, right? So you see the difference, the layout is changing corresponding to rotation. So I prefer to keep it in a lock position because sometimes you could be like, whoa, why everything in a different places, even if you're rotating for some reason your screen. I don't know why you need this, but you can do that. So the next thing is sample rate, buffer duration, and file format. On these settings depends your latency. And I found by myself that on 48 kHz and buffer duration 128 samples and bit depth is 24 bit, the latency is not audible by human ear. But you also need to keep in mind, for example, if you're using some plugins like compressors, which analyze your audio in a real time, they introduce latency by themselves. So if you put the compressor on your master channel and it will process all of your audio, it can introduce latency. So keep it in mind. Until you're doing this, these settings is completely fine. You'll be good. I'm currently speaking through the settings and there's no latency. I can't hear the latency. This is really, really useful feature. That means each time you save in your project, it's not override the previous edition of your project. It's adding the point, like checkpoint or, save game in the game. You reached some amount of something, you place your checkpoint, you're going further, place checkpoint, and so on, so on. This is really useful is, for example, you're thinking, okay, I want to experiment on my template, and you don't want to lose your previous work. You're just enabling saving points, and you're good to go. You can experiment or doing whatever, and then, oh my god, I destroyed everything. Then you open your saving points, and boom, you're back to your last save. That's it. And when you finish your project and you're thinking it's ready, you can go to a project manager. I will show it a bit later, and just erase unnecessary save points to free your memory, and you're basically done. Reset audio source sends. That means that when Loopy Pro is launched, it's resend your send buses. About send buses, I also will speak a bit later, to the minimum position, which is turned off. And this basically saving you from feedback issues when you have an audio signal feedback. Of course, it depends on how you want to create your routine inside Loopy Pro, but I'm just keeping this on turned on. And now we can go to our home screen. I will delete all unnecessary stuff just by selecting everything. We don't need it. And basically our loop station ready to go. We can loop. Bow, 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 bow. It's working completely fine. Bow, 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 completely fine. Bow, 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 completely fine. Bow, bow, bow. And yeah, it's 10 circles, they're looping, and here's your loop station. That's it. But remember, it could be a really deep rabbit hole and simple as the most simplest looper in the world. It's only up to you how you will set it up.